After we had our great lunch, we will start by showing you some points for my paper that I recently wrote. It's called From Being Sedentary to Being Active, Shifting Patterns of Idleness. So, as we know, we did some eating, putting inside calories. So let's take our calories out. Let's see, everybody, please do what I do. Up and down, let's go. Back and up and down, forward. Great. And again. And down, shoulders. Great. And last time, elbows. And great. And up. Together. Great. Excellent. It was not easy. If you would have continued for 20 minutes, over 20 minutes, our body, our mind will produce a very special hormone. It's called the endorphin. The endorphin is like morphine. It relaxes us. It builds our confidence. And of course, we are more concentrated and we are happy, as Daniela said it before. Yeah? So let's see what exactly when we say physical activity, where does it lead us? I mean, where does it come? For examples, games, in leisures, in survival, and in fitness. And how does it help us? Physical activity also strengthens our immune system and increases our metabolism. We can burn out more fat if we do physical activity. But I want to state the fact. It will be shocking. And it goes like this. I have proof of this, by the way. Well, it's nice, it's just interesting, but I'm sorry to say that it's not true exactly. A cheetah can run 103 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds, while the fastest man on earth runs 38.5 kilometers. So I meant about something else. I meant that a human being can run for a longer time than an animal. What are the reasons? How come? How does it happen? First of all, we perspire, we sweat, and mainly we have to protect our brain. So if we perspire, we save our brains from overheating. Our ventilation is excellent. It's so good that while we're running, we can ventilate. If we compare ourselves to a dog, for instance, when he finishes his run, he takes out his tongue, inhale, exhale, we can do it while we're running. And our build is very special. If we talk about our shoulders, we move from side to side, we extend our legs forward and backwards. So we are really, really excellent in this, and we save energy. If we compare ourselves to our cousins, the apes, they move from side to side because the butt muscles is connected to the legs. So let's see exactly what happened 500,000 years ago. Let's go in the time tunnel. Yeah, 500,000 years ago, in the savannah desert, we had to find ways to survive. So we moved by tribes from place to place. We ran after our prey. We killed it. We put it on our back. We walked for hours, sometimes days. We came to the tribe, climbed trees, jumped from places. We swam into lakes. We were really in great shape. The women, they put the infant on their back, and they were walking everywhere while it's on the back. It was really amazing. We sit now. Our muscles work in a certain way. Then we used to sit on ground so many times, up, down, our muscles became really, really strong. So let's go back for today, for the 21st century. Well, today we don't have to do much, yeah? We have the machines work for us. Of course, we have the movement. This is a new invention in Israel, the hoverboard, that kids walk from place to place now. They go on these boards. And you know, in 10 years' time, people won't have to concentrate while they're even driving, because there will be the autonomic cars that will take us from place to place. And even robots help us today to survive, and we are not so active since then. So, you know, if we were to ask people 1,000 years ago, in 1016 or 17, what would happen in 50 years? They would say there will be hunger, wars, and diseases. They were not mistaken. But if I will ask you, what would happen in 50 years? Nobody knows. We are in a revolution, a technology revolution. So let's see why and what situation we are in the physical activity issue. So I gave a survey for kids, and for pupils and teachers, and I will point just a few marks about it. First of all, I asked kids, how many times a week do you train? Okay, 30% of them said that they don't train at all. 30%. So I asked them, what's going to happen if physical education class wouldn't be compulsory? 73% said that they will take part. That means they understand the necessity and the importance of physical activity, but they don't do much. So I went to another research and I checked the data that was held in 2011. They took kids, 83 kids, by the age of 8 to 12, and they gave them physical activity, 30 minutes, 5 times a week, after school for 10 months. These kids improved dramatically. Their physical health, the physical condition was amazing. But even kids that were attended, 60% improved their fitness much more. You can see the control group, no affection. And then I turned to the teachers. And they know for sure that it's so important to do physical education, physical activity, but the problem is time. There's no time to do anything. We get back there later. What's happening in the Western world? United States, of course. So many people are obese. They eat such a lot. Sugar, carbs, all the time, all day long. Let's see, why does it happen? Why does it happen? Why do we get fat and not healthy? First of all, there's food everywhere. Every celebration, food. We go out, food. We eat all day long, 24 hours, it's there, always. We have passive lives. We are in front of TVs, computers, cell phones, all the time, all day long. And our kids, they study so many hours. They sit. So, in another research, a very huge research that was held by the World Health Organization in 2009, physical inactivity is the 4th leading risk factor for global mortality. People, we are in a crisis. So let's see what we do. How do we raise our energy and motivation? What do we do? First of all, we have to set goals. For instance, if I want to reduce my weight in 5 months, take off 3 kilos, great, that's a point in my life and I'm going to work for this. If I want to run a marathon in a year time, excellent, but I have to do it gradually, yeah? But I have another point as a goal. But we have to accept reality. If I would weigh 150 kilos and have 50% of fat, whoa, I can't run a marathon in a month's time, yeah? It's crazy. I have to do it very slowly, gradually, to learn how to do it and slowly to get into shape. And of course, difficulties. Everybody has problems and things, issues that we have to deal with at home. We have our study and school and everything. Yeah, kids. We can't do, but we have to cope inside our goals. And yeah, we get to the issue. We don't have time to train. Yeah, everybody says it. Really. Let's check. There's 50 hours, 168 hours a week. 50 hours we sleep, 50 hours we work. What do we do in the 68 hours? We have to build a frame like a puzzle of 1,000 pieces. First, build a frame of a day, of a month, of a week. Then put inside the tasks that we need. Physical activity has to be inside it. It's a matter of priority. For instance, if now we will get a phone call, Mike will get a phone call. At home, there will be a burst of a pipe. He will leave everything and run home. That's a matter of priority. So put the physical activity in our routine life. We have to be persistent. No other way. If we decide to train 3 times a week, if we miss one session, it's going to be another one, and the third one, and eventually you're going to stop training. Kids can be persistent, but that depends on a few things. Let's find for them good sport, proper sport. Not everybody likes to play football and basketball, maybe individual sports. Do it with a partner, in a gym. Run with music. Listen to books while you walk. Let's train 2.5 hours a week, not one session. Divided. For instance, 3 times a week, 50 minutes. Excellent, great, that's very important. And keeping the fire on. How do we do it? We have to find curiosity, interest, innovation. This is our life, this is our era. And using ICT, and I come to my research, apps for running. There's so many of them. We analyze physical skills. We can do everything in also physical education. And to conclude this presentation, I would like to show you things that we do, and also in the
technique education on our cell phone is free
ICT.
use. In a counterpart study, the pupil films each other while practicing in a physical skill. In this application, we could analyze all kinds of physical skills. As we could see in the following example, we can check some important and interesting elements of biomechanics moves and analyze the skills. This way of studying arises the interest and motivates the pupils to take part in physical activity.
So to conclude my presentation, I would like first to express my deepest appreciation to Professor Klaus Sikowski and to my wonderful advisor, Dr. Michael Kikowski. And before we end, there's a saying by Mahatma Gandhi: "It is health that is real wealth, and not pieces of gold and silver." Thank you.